Ladies and gentlemen, it is real, it is true. Warcraft just launched another version of Reforged. As you can see, they actually didn't put out the old Frozen Throne blue logo. They waited to get it done in the 2.0 version, I guess. So I don't know if that was calculated or not, but what we want to do here is we want to check, as of now, a couple hours after the announcement, how the patch notes are faring up against the expectations that we've seen and heard from the Warcraft community in the last couple of days since we've seen the leak that was leaked from Blizzard. So let's go into it. If we look at what, let's say, Warcraft Direct was presenting, they were showing that, or basically they were presenting the new reforged or revamped Warcraft 1 to Warcraft 3 titles. And that meant what you see here. Up-res visuals, upgraded UI and UX, updated rank play, and much, much more. So how does this fare up against what we've been trying to look for, what we've been hoping for, what we were expecting? WTI and Back to Warcraft both created great videos on hopes and dreams and what to expect. And what I tried to do was to take their inputs and put it down into categories, and how those categories and those expectations fare up versus the patch notes that we're going to see. And after we're going through the patch notes and after we've seen everything, we'll just jump right into the game and try to see how it looks and how it basically feels. So let's go right into it. If we look at all of the, let's say, expectations that were voiced, you can condense them down into 4 categories: quality of life, graphics, multiplayer, and game content. All of those categories more or less saw some great changes. Some of them didn't see any. So we'll go through them one by one. Expectations for quality of life are very, very, like, a lot of them. This list actually goes down to another slide, but there was the need for a selection for more than 12 units, customizable hotkeys, the map editor updates, reporting players to search, let's say, when you host a game, to have a search filter for that, to add observers while you have the game hosted and not having to do that before, menu accessibility and the flow, because god damn it, did it feel clunky, customization of menus, and many more. Like the replay rewind button would have been awesome, AMD processor fixes, FPS stabilities, desyncs, and random sounds. This list could go on and on, but this is just what I was gathering from looking at both of their videos. And if we look at how or what the patch notes say, we will quickly see, and those are in green, the ones that have been actually fixed, which is awesome, right? Like customizable hotkeys is awesome to have because it's going to help so many people in custom games. It's going to help so many people just have a nicer experience with playing any other game, and I love that they did this. The filter for hosting and the menu accessibility and the flow, I love to see those. Those were actually one of the most important ones, and I like that they did those. So looking at the selection for more than 12 units is a pity. The reporting players as well. The observer adding could have been an easy one, and the customization of menus is well, it's a pity, but it's not a, let's say, it's not a deal breaker or whatever, but it's nice to see that they actually looked at what the community had to say. The map editor updates I did not put in green. I actually don't know, because I've never been in map editor. I've never actually like developed a game or custom game on these. So if you're a map editor and you've like looked at the new world editor changes and know if they're good or bad, just let me know in the comments, because I would love to see if that had a big impact on you as well or not. Looking at the second page of the quality of life updates, really no big changes on this second page other than one, and that is extremely important. Mac players, you are able, and I hope you are able, to play the game again, because boy, did they do you wrong. Like, imagine not being able to play this game after 6 years. Like, they have this problem 6 years after it's launched. It's crazy. I'm so happy for Mac users. Welcome back. Please let us know if you actually still have problems, because we're looking only at the patch notes right now. We're gonna do the test very soon as well on our own. Looking at graphics, they were able to get back the original Warcraft 3 background. The more refined models was also something that was expected from the community. So basically have the classic models just a little bit more refined. So not those extremely like huge polygon, extremely revamped models, just the old classic feel teleported and transported to now. That's it. Lightning, which was also a big problem sometimes to like, you know, feel immersed. And the old school and original aesthetics that we know, may it be in the menus, may it be in... It's kind of like a bigger blob that we're looking at here. What do the patch notes say? Well, the user interface has been updated a lot. I really love that they brought back the Warcraft 3 background. They've been working on Lightning a lot, if you can see here on the red side. They are talking about the Reforged lightnings that have been, let's say, increased with ambient lightnings, and the tone map has been updated. The Reforged environments themselves have been updated. And even though it was not a... And that's the red one that we see here. They added HD versions of the classic units, buildings, heroes, etc. But they did not, like... We would have wished for a more refined, old school model look today. We don't see that. But what they did do here is they changed the way that you can basically select different versions of the classic units versus Reforged units. We're going to look at that very soon. That's graphics. And going further to multiplayer, this was back to Warcraft saying he wished for a free-to-play Warcraft 3 mode. I'm sorry, buddy. I haven't seen that in the patch notes. But I would have actually liked that idea to have Warcraft 3 be free-to-play, right? That would have been so awesome. Co-op campaigns, also something that was looked for. Upgraded ladder systems, and just more love for our friends in Oceania. Like, just the rest of the world. Australia, Asia, South America. Like, those were just some multiplayer setbacks that we've seen a lot in our own communities, where we have players from all around the world, and they're having big ping problems, and solving those would have been such a great relief for, like, it would have been a game changer for a lot of people. Well, looking at the patch notes here, we know that they upgraded the ladder system. In what way and how, I do not know. I think they, like, I mean, looking at this, this will be probably very important for people that just play the standard game. So feel free to check out Grubby, who's been talking about this just now as well. He has been, yeah, he had the earlier version to understand what's happening, and that is awesome. So look at that. And the game content. Basically, this just has everything else in there. Campaigns was something that was expected. Something like new campaigns, maybe. Custom campaigns to be set up. New races and heroes. Like fixing orbs and stack effects and ongoing balance patches. Looking at the, let's say, reality here, there has been not a lot of, let's say, game content update, right? I think we've seen this purely because of the reason that, and I like WTI saying that if you would introduce new races, you would have a big problem of balancing that on and on and on and on. So instead of changing, let's say, the real fabric of what we have in the game, let's just focus on the stuff that's either way that they know is broken. And it's not a surprise to like not see a lot of updates on this one, but we don't know if that is subject to change, right? We don't know if that is something that they are planning to add as well. So yeah, let's stay tuned. That's it on, let's say, the expectations and the reality of, let's say, the patch notes. I love that I'm going back into this game right now. I have to log in back into it. I actually have the game started, so let me just restart the game and get to you ASAP. Because when I started this game, I was having quite a couple of trouble here. So I think it's usual for the, let's say, launch day to have problems like this, I guess. But it would just be nice to just like know that it's different, right? Get into the game and you know, have a ready version that you know is going to work. Anyway, let's look at this. So this is the new screen, and I love it. I love it so much because it's just, we just love our nostalgia. Like Blizzard knows exactly what they have to do when they want to hit you right in the fields, and they did this pretty well. I'm gonna just check out real quick the options here. So there has been added, I think, the foliage, graphical quality. In the sound options, I think not too much has been added. Gameplay wise, I think a lot of changes have been, let's say, added here. You can check them out right here. There have been, I think, new inputs. Let me see. Key bindings, classic, customs, and grids. Controls, okay. Hotkeys, I'm not able to do it right now. Change your key binding preset under input menu to custom to enable this menu. So if we do this, we're able to actually do custom hotkeys. How awesome is this? So we're able to actually do what we need for the general, let's say, hotkeys that we have here. But we also have the different hotkeys in between the races to play. This is pretty cool, honestly. Going down to Reforged. This is what I was talking about earlier, where you are able now to select the different environments, units, heroes between Reforged and Classic. Quite a pity and bummer that they did not like update the Classic ones, as I just said earlier. But it's still nice to see that you have the ability to, like, you know, take in different aspects of what you like more between Reforged and what you like more between Classic. I guess a lot of our players are going to go all the way back to Classic HD, just like I am going to do it now. Because, yeah, like for now, like I just am used to this. I just want to take it all in. Now you basically do this toggle and it goes all the way back to this one. We save this. Let's go back into the game. So single player is offering the campaigns here. And I love the way they actually are showing this. This is so goddamn cool. So you're able to just go through these. I'm yearning for our old, let's say, previews that we had in the past, but maybe that's something that we will see. Curse of the Blood Elves, Legacy of the Damned. Yeah, they have all of them in here. I like it. I really like it. This looks pretty cool. It's a very comprehensive and a very comprehensive overview of what we see here. What is this? Oh yeah, this is a collection. Let's go back and see what else we have. Custom campaigns that you're able to... Unable to locate any custom campaigns. Okay, makes sense. Custom games, load saved games. Let's see. Yeah, so this is how you basically create the game in the, let's say, single player mode. But I'm just gonna go straight into our multiplayer. So I just want to see... Oh my god. I love this so much. I love that they just brought this back because I missed this. Like, this was so much more simple, right, than like having that other cluttered view. Like, I love this so much. You can basically just go back into like versus games, custom games. You have the tournament, the leaderboard, and the profile up here. You basically have different collections that you can look at that they were also presenting, of course. And we have a lot of, let's say, changes in the way we're presenting, I think, the... what is it? Let's see. My profile, if I click on that. Alright. Alright. Well, we are more of the custom game players. So we're going to just jump in right into it. So let's look at how this is structured. I like that you basically still can look for whatever you want. You still find it where you want it. Join game by name. Let's see how Risk is looking like. Okay, so basically this is the Lord of the Rings thing. We're not going to join that one. We're just going to create our own game now. I want to see how it looks like if you want to go for your... Oh, wait. So I should be able to check for my Risk game. Risk... Oh my god, I love this. Still, like, I need to have... It would be nice to have the version, right? Like, If I do 1.9, okay, looking not too bad. If we do 2, we get all the 2-point versions. So if I want to host the latest version of this game, I'm going to go in and try to do it ASAP. Lock teams, team together, full shared unit control. Yeah, this was the one that I was mentioning with the referees. If they would have been able, I'm going to check it in a second. If they would have been able to like change the referees and observers in the hosted mode. Visibility. Okay. Let's create the game. So this is a little bit weird because I don't know why they would like not use the actual half of like the multiplayer screen that you have on the left side. I think if people actually join the game here. No, wait, where do I see the close? Oh, okay, it just stays there. So it basically is gonna be this. So you have your guys that come in here and they're just all on the red side, which is kind of weird. Well, if I say anything, I want to see how it looks like. I mean, nobody's in the lobby right now, which is kind of a bummer because I can't talk to anybody if nobody's in there. And this would have been a nice like way to just put in the observer, like to just add the observer. Referee team is in here. It's an open slot. Why is this a... Ah, yeah, because I already did it before, right? So if it would have been able, like if I would have been able to like have the observer to be added on top, like without doing that, what I just did before, it would have been awesome. So I have the first person joining here. So let me say hello here. Let's see. So I liked when you had like a more condensed version of the chat. This is like if people will spam, it's going to be a little bit hard to like get this sorted. Oh, okay. I'll also get, of course, get the general chat here. Am I able to check or change the chat to only... Because this is just displaying all of the chat, right? It's going to be a little bit annoying to like type in the in-game chat and have people type from the general chat. Maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. Okay, let's just check out a couple of more settings in here. Looking at the collection, I think this is what we already saw. You're able to select different, let's say, models. Portraits. I think they added new portraits here in as well. I think you're able to actually select them and then you'll have a different portrait in the game. Let's see. Oh, this is not the... this is probably the portrait from the profile that I have. So changing that will not change anything in here. Okay. So all in all, it still feels kind of the same, right? Let's just play something different here. Let's play Direct Strike. And let's see how it's gonna change. I know it's not like the best, you know, way to showcase it right now, but it's still interesting to see how the game feels. Maybe there are some things that we have like not catched yet. But looking at this right now, I'm actually kind of pleased with what they did for now. Like it's not a big... Oh, okay. The interface looks a little different, of course, as well. My FPS are very low. Let me actually change that. I want to see how many FPS I have. That was in the gameplay, I think. Show FPS, show ping. Show time elapsed. I like this. Let's save this and see what happens. Turn to game. The FPS says it's 330. I don't know. Maybe I've just like a weird scale to it. Am I able to change the hotkey in the game? Yeah, probably, right? Let's see.
Job's done.
Okay.
Job's done.
More interesting. So right now, like it just feels a little bit clunky, right? But maybe I just need to check and change my FPS. Maybe they're set too high. But like the overall interface looks nice. What I'm also going to try to do is to
Job's done.
change the hotkeys. Build structure. Let me just do something else. Listening, it says. What if I do H? What if I do Q? Save this. We go back in. So this, oh, I think it's because of the summoning building. It is in the undead one.
Our allies' town is under siege.
I'm actually losing this game, but who cares? Let's see what it basically does. Hotkeys. If I go back to undead, maybe this is probably the actual one to do. It's a little bit hard to like search for something, but these are just the undead units, it seems. If I go back into general build structure. Interesting. So if I do Q for all of those, does it change? Or why are there like 3 build structure ones? Let me save again.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Okay. Summon building. Interesting. So I'm not able to change them right now.
Job's done.
Let's see. It's actually the summon building one that we know here. Like it's B again. It doesn't save it. That's why it's not doing it. Maybe because we have the hotkey built on. Oh, let's. I think I got it. We got it, boys. I have like everything on the queue now, but it is just for testing purpose. Oh, it actually worked. We're actually pumping now. Okay. Good.
Job's done.
Well,
Job's done.
I actually will need to check out a little bit more of the game. It's, you know, it still feels a little bit unnatural, but then again, not too weird. But it's refreshing to see what they did, really. Like, it's refreshing to see that Blizzard has acknowledged the, like, you know, community and their, let's say, voices, right? And it's something that we've been hoping for a long time. I think that if we look at basically the general expectations and the, like, what we look at here in a recap, quality of life has improved, not as much as you would have expected. Graphics also improved. Multiplayer rather less, and game content not at all. So we're seeing a lot of, let's say, focus on just the way the game is consumed, which I totally understand because it has been lacking a lot. I think one of the biggest bummers of this, let's say, update is the fact that we're not getting the graphics that we wanted. I think a lot of people were let down with that, but it does not mean that it's not going to go on with new updates and with more, let's say, things that we have on the list here, right? So I can see them actually do a lot of the updates that we've been expecting in the next couple of weeks and months. But other than that, I think this is a first, let's say, look at Warcraft 3 Reforged, I guess you can call it that. And we're going to be looking more and more into what's going to come up, what's going to change. And yeah, we are actually very, very curious on how you guys are looking at it, especially our Risk community that you know would have wished for a selection for more than 12 units. Like from a custom game POV right now, it's unfortunate that we're not getting this. There are also some other problems such as unit lag that we have, especially in games where you have a lot of units such as Risk. Looking at this from the Risk POV, I think that the quality of life updates that we wished for and could have helped a lot did not come. Still, general quality of life, let's say, updates for the overall player base have been delivered. And I think it's always like this, right? Like, you will always have more expectations. You will always have high expectations on the game that you love so much. You like wish for it to be very good. Of course you do. The reality very often is a little bit more, you know, real, I guess, more boring. But it's good to see what Blizzard did. Other than that, I think we're done for today. We're going to look into actually hosting more Risk games in the future. We're trying to branch out more into, let's say, other custom games. But if this was the first time you watched this, yeah, we're just a small custom game community, such as many others, such as Broken Alliances, such as Legion TD, such as Direct Strike, that are just, you know, taking this in. And yeah, if you are curious about Risk, don't forget to check out our other content. We love this game so much, believe it or not, that we're working on a standalone right now. A standalone that is actually its own game, such as Dota was. And yeah, if you like to just see what we're doing there, check out the Patreon. And looking actually forward to how this is going to go on. And yeah, take care, everyone. And see you on the next one. Bye-bye.